Hey guys, what's up? Tori here. So I'm here with another gastric sleeve related video. And this video is going to be a what do I eat in a day video because I actually got this as a suggestion from somebody to do, and I was like, yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea because I have talked about like high protein foods that I like, but I've never like talked about what it is I actually eat in a day. So I'm just gonna kind of walk you guys through that. So first off, I'm gonna start with breakfast. Breakfast is something on days that I have to be to work in the morning, or if I have church in the morning, if I just need to eat something quick, this is my go-to. Protein cereal, this is like the main protein cereal that I really, really love and enjoy. These are Cheerios Protein. There's 11 grams of protein with the milk in a serving. I also have a Nature Valley one that's similar to this. It's like an oats and honey, and it has like 12 grams instead of 11 grams of protein. But this is my go-to breakfast if I need to have something quick that I just pull out. So this is what I have for breakfast as a quick go-to. If I don't have anywhere to be and I actually have time to like cook a breakfast, I use these. And I just pulled these out of the fridge. I've used quite a few out of there. These are turkey sausages, and oh my goodness, they are so good. And there is 6 grams of protein in a serving of these. I will do like a couple of turkey sausages, and then just depending how I'm feeling, I sometimes will make an omelet out of these. I'll take 2 turkey sausages out of here and just dice them up, and I'll use 1 egg and then just put a little bit of milk in the egg and put it on a pan and use a little cheese and these, and I'll just make like a small, really small, like I said, I use 1 egg, so I make a small omelet out of them. Sometimes I'll just have an egg and a couple of these, and maybe like a piece of whole wheat toast or something. Sometimes I'll just have like 2 of these, and I'll have like I make protein pancakes by adding my flavorless protein powder to pancake mix, and sometimes I'll just have like a pancake and a couple of these, or I'll have a waffle with like peanut butter on it and a couple of these. So that, you know, if I have a little more time to do some cooking, that's what I tend to do for breakfast. And these I pretty much almost always will do them because I love them. They taste so good. They got a decent amount of protein in them. And like I said, I'll just do something with it. Like I'll have an egg, or I'll make an omelet out of them, or I'll do, you know, a protein pancake or a waffle with some peanut butter on it. And even if I make a pancake, I always put peanut butter on it. I way prefer putting peanut butter on a pancake or a waffle now versus syrup. Like ever since I've had surgery, I just way prefer peanut butter on it. It just tastes better, sits better, that kind of thing. So that is what my breakfasts tend to look like in the mornings. And then lunches, lunches vary for me. If it's a day that I have to work and if it's a day that I work all day and I need to take a lunch with me to work, my go-to is one of these P3 packs with the turkey, ham, and cheddar. I always use one of these ones, and there are ones that have nuts in them, but I can't take the ones with nuts in them to work because I work at a daycare and we're a nut-free facility just because of allergy stuff. So I always take one of these. I usually will have one of these and a bag of protein chips. Just depends on the flavor. These are the sour cream and onion ones just because these happen to what I have, but I also like the barbecue ones and the sour cream and cheddar ones. And these have 20 grams of protein in it, and this has 14 grams of protein in it, so right there, 34 grams of protein. And then I also will take a protein bar. These have 13 grams of protein in them, so I mean right there is a lot of protein. And then sometimes I'll have a little bit of fruit with it, sometimes I won't. It just depends. I sometimes too will have what they're serving at work. It just kind of depends on, because I can have what the kids are eating too. It just kind of depends on what they serve. If it's taco day, I will quite often make like a taco salad out of it. If there's salad at all on the menu, I will quite often do a salad, and I'll just take something like just one of these with me, and then I'll use this to make a salad with the lettuce and stuff that they have there. It just depends on what's on the menu. Most of the time I don't get what they're having because it's usually not all that great. But it's simple. That's what I tend to do when I gotta work. Sometimes I will take leftovers from dinner the night before too. It just depends on what I feel like doing. And then like if I'm home during the day, quite often I will do leftovers, or I'll just make myself like a turkey and cheese wrap or something, or just do something light and simple, and I'll have maybe like a bag of my protein chips with it or something. You know, what I do when I'm actually at home for lunch really varies. It really does. It just depends what I have in the house. I sometimes will just make things up as I go and call it good. I do like using a leaf of romaine lettuce and then putting like some meat and cheese on it and like wrapping it up and doing like a little lettuce wrap, and then I'll, you know, maybe have some protein chips or a protein bar with it. I do that sometimes, and there's things that I've done to that, and I always make sure I get in a good amount of protein whenever I do it. So that tends to be what my lunches look like. And then for supper, my suppers vary a lot. I try to make them as high in protein as possible. I tend to do a lot of meals that involve chicken. A lot of my meals involve chicken. Sometimes it's like a chicken casserole type thing. Sometimes it's like chicken and rice and veggies, or you know, I try to make it as high in protein as possible. If I do any sort of dish with pasta, I have a special high protein pasta that I use. I was gonna grab a box of it to show you guys, and I didn't, sorry. I did show it when I did my video of protein foods that I like. I did show my protein pasta there, so if you're wondering what it is, you can always go back and look at that video. But it's the Berea Protein Plus pasta. It has 17 grams of protein in one serving of that pasta. And that's what I use. That's the only kind of pasta I use anymore if I make some sort of pasta dish. And I have actually officially stopped using ground beef because ground beef just doesn't sit good with me. Beef in general doesn't sit good with me, so now I use ground turkey. So if it's a recipe that calls for ground beef, I just use ground turkey instead, which I way prefer. It sits better. It's actually like healthier too. So I started using that. And I mean, if we do something like hot dogs and hamburgers, I will use a turkey burger or a turkey dog. And I very rarely will use a bun. I almost never use a bun anymore. Every once in a while I will, but not very often, just because I feel like I get over full when I use a bun, and I don't like the added carbs either, so I don't really use a bun very often anymore either when I do something like that. And so then to go with it, I usually will just do a vegetable of some kind with it. Sometimes there's like tubes of biscuits or something in the refrigerator, and my dad will do those too, but I don't always eat them. Most often whatever I prepare for the evening, I do some sort of vegetable with it, unless I do like a soup. Then if I do a soup, my cat just knocked something over, sorry. If I do a soup, most of the time I don't even do anything extra with it. I do a chili, a white chili. I usually always use chicken in it, but now that I've started using ground turkey more, I actually might try making it with ground turkey once. So yeah, it's really easy. I just use a jar of our homemade salsa, which pretty much is just all vegetables. And then I use a can of Randall's beans, and then I put in chicken or ground turkey, and then I throw in some chili powder to give it the chili taste, and put it in the crock pot on low just until a few hours on low is really fine. It's just basically until it's nice and hot and heated through, and it makes a really good chili. I've done that lots of times. I've done a potato soup before. I do broccoli cheese soup sometimes. But if I do a soup, most often, like, I'll just throw out crackers or something that my dad and brother can have with it, or sometimes I'll do like biscuits or something. But personally, I usually just have a bowl of soup and I'm good to go. Like, I don't need anything else with it. But if I do like a chicken dish or anything like that, I most often will have a form of veggie that I'll do with it. And every once in a while, biscuits or something, but usually I just do a veggie with it, and that's plenty. If my dad and brother want more, they can always make themselves more. That's always my philosophy. So that's basically what my meals look like. As far as snacks go, the only time I really have a snack usually is at night, and is usually just something basic like a protein bar. I have a protein bar for a snack at night, or something that I have in the house that's high protein. I have some sort of high protein snack, and it's usually something fairly light that's not too heavy. That's what I tend to do for snacks, and that's basically what my meals look like every day. I mean, I try to keep it a pretty decent variety going, just to, so I'm not eating the same things all the time and getting bored with it, but that pretty much is what my meals look like. If you guys have any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comment section below. You can always follow me on Facebook and Instagram. The links will be in the description box. And I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and be sure to subscribe if you enjoy my videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.